I feel like the moment that we start embracing our flaws, we learn to be more confident. Nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. We forget a lot about things, right? It's so difficult to remember things that even happened yesterday or 2 days before. Humans are naturally imperfect. A lot of us try to hide those flaws. We try not to show that we're capable of failing, we're capable of forgetting. As soon as we embrace the fact that we're all flawed and we make a lot of mistakes, I think that's how we can get confident. We become more confident because we know that we have our limits. Recognizing our limitations kind of allows us to have space to make fun of ourselves, see things in a more humorous way. It helps us to learn how to not take things too seriously. And I think that's a great thing, embracing the flaws that we have. Instead of trying to hide it, instead of trying to act all perfect all the time and pretend like we know everything about this whole world or ourselves, I think it's way better to just kind of, show the flaws. We're not this creature that perfectly handles everything. And that made me confident. I used to be insecure about how I didn't know many things and how I felt like I had to pretend. I had to pretend that I knew something, or I had to pretend like I was this person when I was not. I was very insecure about that. As soon as I realized how inadequate I am or how insufficient I am in certain fields, I started embracing my flaws. And that's when I started getting more confident. I got more open to the idea of learning. I became more curious, and that made me more active and productive in ways where I wanted to learn more things. So I became more humble, but still confident by the fact that I know how to admit when I'm wrong. I think that's like a very important thing, embracing the flaws. But that's so difficult though. That's so difficult to do, because if you do that, a lot of people would find you unattractive, you're incapable, you can't do anything. It'll just make you look like you don't know how to do anything. So people will just look at you as useless. So it has a bit of a risk, because if you're too honest, or if you reveal all the time that you don't know anything, then people will actually just look at you and be like, oh, he actually doesn't know anything. He's clueless. He's not useful at all. Instead of being too open about it, if you just embrace this idea that you're not perfect, accept the fact that we don't know things, I think that can help us to be more confident. The way we speak, the way we communicate with other people, it's all about accepting and embracing the flaws that you have instead of hiding it or acting like it doesn't really hurt. To give an example, I think this whole concept of alpha male or sigma male. Alpha male, maybe it's a thing, but sigma male thing where you just have to act like you're okay. Those things don't affect you all the time. No, they affect you. You're hurt by those things. It doesn't mean that you should always show other people your struggles or your problems. I think it's more of like a manly thing to do for you to just accept the fact that you're struggling, to be open about it, to know how to admit when you made a mistake, know how to candidly speak about your mental health, like how it actually sucks and you want it to be better. So you're seeking ways to alleviate those symptoms. I think it's all about just embracing those things, embracing the flaws that we have. And when we hide our flaws, we create a version of ourselves that feels more like a mask. So we're not really authentic anymore. And I think people are drawn to authenticity. The fact that you're open about it, you speak about what you're thinking in your mind, you're being honest. When you look at Emma Chamberlain, she's so real, so it's more relatable and grounded, because acting perfect can be very exhausting to maintain. On the other hand, embracing imperfections can actually free us to be ourselves and make us more relatable and real, which I think is one of the most important things in life. And that's part of your story. Flaws are part of your story. Every flaw, whether physical or emotional, it tells a story. It speaks to who you are, where you've been, and how far you've come. Instead of hiding them, I think embracing flaws allows you to take ownership of your journey. And embracing that flaw, right, can actually become your strength instead of your weakness. Because you're not just hiding them and trying to bury them in this thing where no one can see. You're letting people know that you can get hurt. That itself can create a space where people can relate to you. Without truly embracing our weaknesses or flaws that we have, we can't actually improve in ways that we want to. Because hiding flaw is like trying to ignore areas of your life that need attention or growth. So when you embrace your imperfection, you actually open the door for change. Instead of always trying to fake it till you make it or acting like you know everything all the time, that's not going to work long term, and that's not good for you as well mentally. So be real. In that way, you can actually create this environment where others feel safe to do the same. Others feel safe to be themselves, allow themselves to be more vulnerable about their pains or what they're going through. It helps you to become more humorous about many things where you don't have to take things too seriously. So yeah, I think in short, embracing your flaws isn't really about ignoring or resigning yourself to them. It's recognizing that they're all part of yourself and a vital part of your your journey. Then as a result, you can connect with other people more authentically. You can be yourself. You can create this space where others can feel comfortable being vulnerable. So don't be afraid to talk openly about your feelings sometimes when that makes you upset or when that really annoys you or stuff like that. I recognize the fact that it's not good to show your weakness to other people because other people can easily use that against you. At the same time, I think there are times where you can show your resilience by showing other people that you know how to be vulnerable with your feelings. You're not really insecure about those things. You're more open to it and you're straightforward. You just want to tackle this issue directly instead of trying to hide from it or run from it. Yeah, I think embracing your flaws is one of the most important things to become more confident and be yourself and be more authentic. Well, I hope you guys are doing okay. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.